Okay, playing some Golgari Stompy. This is a land-heavy hand, but I do have a collected company, already carrying with plenty of creatures off the draw, so I'm gonna keep it. I think that can be difficult. um, they do have standard on MTGO. If you're used to Arena though, I don't think you will enjoy it as much. If that makes any sense. And on MTGO, you have access to cards from very broad spectrum. Pretty much every card that they've made is on MTGO. The biggest problem with it, though, is like the formatting. A lot of people don't like the format. I don't really care for it a whole lot, but I enjoy playing Modern. Wow, opponent used an extinction event right off the rip.
If I were you, I'd just surrender right now. Smelly, but effective.
Going to just we're gonna take out that Liliana.
Ugh. I hope you washed your waste not, want not.
Yeah, I mean, it could be fun. I think you would want to do something like that on maybe a draft. Though, the challenge decks on MTGO are
Good mindless minion.
they're a whole different monster. Opponent is playing mono black control and they have board wipes galore. What format would you propose doing the challenge decks on?
Putrid, but effective.
We're just gonna move on to the next one. So mono black control. Let's see. I want these thought seizes. Questing beat. Brilliant Kenras and platform. Probably going to be grab digger stages, so we'll just try like this. Got Nevi hanging out on the chair today, doing a nice little snooze, hanging out. Okay, not a terrible hand. Start out with a Pell Collector and pass. And I'll play the Steel Leaf champion, and then after that I won't be playing any other creature for a while. Because our opponent is having a very slow start, I just want to press my advantage. And I don't want to give them too many creatures for them to just kill. Sure. Okay. So right now they have to have something or they're gonna die. Now we could do something like that for sure. We can definitely play around with it and see. Like if you want to try some old meta decks, we can definitely try some old meta deck. I think that could be a lot of fun. And opponent can see. Yeah, I think we can definitely try out some old meta decks. I don't think I may do them in a league or anything. Like, are you talking about modern or? It'd probably be modern. Yeah, I like setup though. We're gonna continue trying that. I don't like that. We can definitely do better. And we did. So I'm going to put the Llanowar out. To put the Woodland Cemetery bottom. You want to play some Tron? We can play some Tron. I'm always down for some Tron. Going and brought in the Gravedigger's Cage. Unfortunately, it's going to be not useful at all. To our land. Play our Ronas. And unless they wipe the board now, we'll see. Opponent may be looking for a board wipe. Oh, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. I know Tron's been around forever. And opponent skips up. Because no matter what, they couldn't kill the Ronas, so... And that's what it really separated that game, playing the Ronas. Yeah, we could definitely do something fun like that. The challenge, though, like, are you looking for... So you want to take, like, the main deck from that year, right? Are you thinking of, like, maybe adjusting them or changing them a little bit to make them more competitive? Oh, I'm definitely looking for videos. We're actually recording one right now for YouTube. Just getting some different ideas out there. I'll listen to anything and everything. Definitely keep this. Double-hearted Kieran's rough, but going to need a way to crew it. Plenty of cards to do that. We would draw them. Opponent is ramping. Finding of the Old God. Hearted King. Get another one out. Again. Yeah, that could be fun. Okay, what do I want to sacrifice? Help collect. Through that. That pass turn. It kind of is on tap, actually. I don't think I've heard of anybody else talking about something like that. It could be a lot of fun. Really rude from opponent. All right. Appreciate the pun also. Double Doom Foretold. Wow. Okay. It'd be a lot better. Now that's always a good sign, them cycling on their main phase. What is this monstrosity opponent is doing? I need them to calm down. I am just throwing out Pelt Collectors left and right. A lot of Doom and a lot of Pelt Collectors. Literally all 4 of them. Jeez.
The stars will light our way.
I still didn't fix that. I'm sorry. Okay, opponent. Yep, makes me sad. Alright. That's just gonna get sacrificed to that. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. So I definitely want these fatal pushes. Have all kinds of blue. Questing that. Need a primal might. Actually, shifting Ceratops doesn't. Articurians can come out. Let's think about this. They're going to be bringing in some cages. Sonic embraces. Go down the collected companies. Okay, let's try this again. Not terrible. Okay. Need my ooze out. The next turn I'll play a mammoth. Yeah. Play mammoth. Opponent is ramping. Swing in for 6. I think opponents. Nope. Get rid of the mammoth. Okay. So we have some options. Oh. And play. Ooh. Play ooze. Eat that. And we will set ourselves up for next. Swing for 1. Yeah, we can. I think it just needs to be brainstormed a little bit more. Wow. Enigmatic incarnation. Sure. And they have a hostage. Ah. Been a little bit rough. Yeah, that's game. Wow. Well, that's how that goes. That's alright though. Keep pushing forward. We are 1 and 2 right now with Golgari Stompy. MTGO, it's good for what it is. You know, it's the only format where you can really play Modern Legacy at the moment, and Pioneer also. How do you feel about Pioneer? Pretty good hand. We'll keep it. On a mulligan. Not first or last. Ricky Bobby. Swing for 5. Pioneer, they will be bringing it to Arena at some point, maybe at the end of this year, or who knows when. I'm gonna go ahead and collect the company now. Great hit. Well, opponent. GG. Baffling end, okay. You target the Ronas, okay? Yep, good game, opponent. Okay, so we are playing against Band Control. Thank you for telling me that. I'm not sure why that happened. There we go. Oh, a little bit off. There we go. So weird how this thing happens, but I appreciate you telling me that. Shouldn't have even happened to begin with, but it is what it is. But Pioneer is great. I like Pioneer a lot personally. There are some people that are just completely against it and just, I don't know. But I enjoy Pioneer for what it is. It's in a power level that's not as strong as Modern, but it's still just as good. It starts at the Ravnica block. Return to Ravnica. No. No, it doesn't. I think it starts at... No, it starts at Ravnica to avoid the fetch land. That's what it is. Yeah, we'll keep this. Not gonna do you good, opponent. Well, yeah, they wanted, well, they banned the fetch lands right off the rip for Pioneer. And because fetch lands can kind of alter how things can go. But, you know, to each their own on that. I personally enjoy the fetch lands. I didn't think they were too degenerate, but data does show that you can create all kinds of weird nonsense by having fetch lands in the meta, so we'll just go with the data. And I think it's really great. Some people hate it, but I think it's a lot of fun. Right. We play Shifting Ceratops number 1.
I'm not
Can't bounce
going
it.
to sit this one out. We need to move quickly.
Yeah, it's pretty noticeable. In Modern, I'll have to show it to you.
I'll have a better plan next time.
There are some archetypes that are still relevant in Pioneer, but you don't have access to Lightning Bolt. And a couple of other of the cheap removal spells. You don't have access to Goblin Guide. Burn isn't as strong in the format. I think I'll do this. And the decks are a little bit different. Check that website out. They have different sections available for all the archetypes, and if you just look at modern and then you look at pioneer, there is a pretty noticeable difference overall. In my opinion. Gonna play out all of our creatures. Hopefully we don't get board wipe. Yeah, that it can be.
Just the trick for this.
People are all about their modern or all about something, and it's like, you know, there are other things that we can do, and you know, Magic. You're gonna have your radicals wherever you go, obviously. But no, it's a card game. It's supposed to have fun with a card game, right?
The land fights for us.
Game opponent. Okay, so we are now 2-2. We're going for our last game with Golgari Stompy. Got a crab. Maybe should see a doctor about that. But that's... anyways. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's gonna be a lot of the player bases. Price checking cards, you know, depending on what you're doing, it's important, you know, especially for trades. Did you play Standard during the Kaladesh block? Before Aetherworks Marvel was banned, by any chance? Because I think that was the worst time for Standard overall. After the Marvel ban, it was fun, but that's about it. For me, anyway. We are playing against the sacrifice deck, so we definitely want to lay on the pressure. Gonna play Rotting Regisaur. Discard. We'll play Steel Leaf Champion. Yeah, it was miserable. So we'll get in for one. No, we won't. We'll just sacrifice it, kill the Land of War Elves. We won't get in for anything right now, but that's okay. Opponent's gonna need something. It did, and it was a lot of fun. We will discard Kenra. That was the better play. So block that, sack it to the oven. Oh, they're just gonna take it. That was a big hit to take. Shadows was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with the Delirium, green-black Delirium. My favorite standard block, though, so far was the Theros block. And being able to play green-black Constellation. I had an absolute blast with green-black Constellation. Double Registar, because why not? Oh no, the original Theros block. Sure, you have collect a company. Go kill the scavenging ooze. And deal the rest to me, I'm assuming. Basically played that 7-12. Yeah, the original Theros block, when you had Born of the Gods and everything like that, it had a lot of fun with it. Greenback Black Constellation was so good. I enjoy the hell out of it. Guess we will attack with both. They'll have to block. Probably block with the goat and the dread horde. Yeah, I just enjoyed Theros so much. It was a blast to play. There was just a lot of good things about it. Opponent is digging. Didn't find anything. That's good news for us. At the end of their turn, we will collect a company. They just have to play creature. Oh, they're gonna collect the company of their own. Okay. Big whip. Oh, my favorite color, it's a mix between black and green. The Golgari theme is just, that's me, man. But for a favorite single color, I would probably have to go with black. No cards to discard. Yeah, black's just always been there for me. I also want to point out the power level of Golgari's Stompy right now. Seems a little bit silly, I know, but look at the board. Look what's happening. We got Jund's sacrifice on the ropes right. And there's not much they can do about it. And that's where being able to identify the meta and being able to just see what's being played, what's not being played, and what is going to work for, you know, you and your situation, depending on your local game store, or even possibly even tournament play. Just being able to study it and acknowledge it for what it's worth can go a long way. Like they're doing their thing. They are for sure doing their thing. But it may not be enough. And as of right now, it probably isn't. Yeah, this is the cat deck. And right now, they're dead on board to a Steel Leaf. Now, yeah, they can do their flicker stuff with Folder and Familiar and so on and so forth. But they're still taking a pounding. The only creature that can block Steel Leaf Champion right now is the Woe Strider. And they can sacrifice the cat. They can designate a block, and then they can sacrifice the cat twice to go up to 6 life. But they're still taking 8. It's... yeah. Still not gonna be enough. Eight right on the money. Yeah. Yeah, they would definitely still be... yeah, they're dead. So in this particular matchup, we will be bringing in Leyline of the Void, Questing Beast, and Fatal Push. Heart of Kirin isn't going to be as good. Kronos can definitely be... they will not be bringing in cages. Fatal Push may not be that good. Henra's not that great either. Creatures do we have? About 28 creatures. We can make one more cut. Go down to Demonic Embrace. Try it like that. And they mulligan down to 6. We will keep this. We will start with our Pelt Collector. Like basic forest first, and depending on our land drop, I want to be able to hit 3. So once we hit, if we don't draw another land, we will play our Kazandu Mammoth as a land, Kazandu Valley. Noticing all kinds of weird things with my setup. I don't know what happened with it. Okay, so we drew another land, so that's beneficial for us. We'll start off with this, swing in for 1. Opponent is thinking about what they would like to do. Got a Midnight Reaper. Double Great Henge isn't that good. Let's think about this. Because I want to make sure I can collect the company, so we'll just start with that. No attacks and pass turn. Sure. Double Butcher. Okay. I'm going to block 1. Alright. And we will pass. Opponent surely knows we have a collected company available. Take the 2. We have a Great Henge in our hand. Sure. Perfect. Going to attack with the Steel Leaf Champion. He just takes it. Okay. Gave it haste, so now they are going to sacrifice 2. Probably these 2. Targeting me. They'll target the Scavenging Ooze, forcing me to sacrifice the tapped Steel Leaf Champion. Oh, they're gonna kill the big Steel Leaf Champion. Okay. That's a good line. Sure. They'll be able to do it again next turn. Wow. Opponent just had it all, didn't they? So they'll sacrifice the Scavenging Ooze. And they got us. Which that's fine. They had a very explosive hand. Which that's okay. I still like where we're at overall. And I'll tell you what I'll do after this game. I'll well, I got 2 hours. Let's see, what can I do in 2 hours on MTGO? I could possibly do a league on MTGO. We'll figure it out. He will be on the play. It's super slow hand. A much better hand. So what we're going to do, we're going to bin the Scavenging Ooze. Play our Land of War Elves and go. If we draw a land, that'll be great for us. No land. So I'm going to start off with a Kazandu Valley tapped, swing it for 1. And now they're not going to be able to recur their Woe Striders, their cats, or anything like that. So that'll definitely put us in a good... So if they wanted to, they can sacrifice the Butcher now and kill the Land of War Elves. What they'll do. Unfortunately for them, Leyline of the Void. And we have double Collected Company, so we're just gonna hang out because it doesn't die. It is immediately exiled. He will swing for a casual 10. And pass turn. Nah, Coco's too good. It's a fair card and it requires a very strict building clause. Like, you can't just build any kind of deck around Collected Company. You have to build very creature specific decks. Ugh. Super rough. Sorry, we just drew another Collected Company. Casually drawing Collected Company. Opponent has to block here. They'll sacrifice, they'll get 4 triggers off of Mayhem Devil apiece. They'll target that was a misplay. They should have targeted Steel Leaf Champ. Okay, and they live another turn. Having to lose both their Mayhem Devils was a pretty big loss for them. I don't think they can come back from that. We're just applying too much pressure. And they'll probably scoop after they see this third Collected Company. Yep, and they scoop. So, overall, we went 3-2 with Golgari, Stompy, and the only two that we really lost to were control decks. And, you know, unfortunately in those situations, can't really go too long with it, and we kind of kept a questionable hand overall. But we did see the power level of it against what is the viewed as the best deck of the format, which is Sacrifice, Gun Sacrifice. So I think Golgari Stompy can be very well suited to get you up in the ladder and a very specific meta counter pick. If you're seeing a lot of those Sacrifice decks or just a bunch of aggro decks in general, Golgari Stompy has the potential to just completely steamroll through a lot of the white weenie matchups and the low to the ground matchups. And if Leyline of the Void, as we saw in that matchup, just completely shuts down a lot of their mechanics overall. Especially when it says specifically on the card when a creature dies. With Leyline of the Void on the battlefield, it doesn't die, it's just exiled. The only abilities they would be able to use were the Mayhem Devil, which is whenever you sacrifice a creature. And it's that specific wording that you have to pay attention to and focus on. So overall, I think Golgari Stompy is a very solid pick. If you want to climb up and you're seeing a bunch of sacrifice decks or maybe aggro matchups. Against control, you just need to hit the gas and just get in for damage as soon as possible. Don't play your entire hand. You don't want to just completely blow out your hand and then get Wrath of God. You're not gonna win those at all. You just have to apply minimum amounts of pressure, or not minimum, but a decent amount of pressure, and just continue it while just keep your hand ready to just fill the battlefield back up. But hope you all enjoy the gameplay, and I will see you soon. Again.